Shall we begin? Let's begin now.
Hi, Nick Chioda here. We're tuning into the Norristown Eagles versus Pope John Paul at Latshaw Field. Today we got on the mound Dominic Proietta. Up to bat first for the PJP Panthers is number 8, CJ McCafferty. We have Elijah Levine catching, Nick Chiodo at first, Antonio Dunn at second, Tyler Gorman at short, Pat O'Brien at third, and left we got Matt Hahn. Center field we have Chris Freeze, and in right field Ryan Ruschick. Here's the first pitch of the day. It is going to be a ball high. The Panthers coming in with a 5-9 record. And the pitch, grounded to second base, fielded by Antonio Dunn and got that at first to Nick Chiodo. The routine plays are going to pay off today if the Eagles can make them. Next up for PJP is number 6. The windup, and then the pitch. Strike one from Dom Proietta. He really knows how to keep batters off balance. And the pitch, fouled off. 0-2 is the count. Dom's got to be smart here. He's got the batter in the hole. Shaking him off. Found the pitch he wanted, and the pitch fouled down the first base line. 0-2 still. The Eagles coming in at 3-10 on the season. If they just learn how to make the routine plays, they'd be doing pretty good. Number 6 stepping back in. Dom with the payoff pitch. Fouled off again to the left side. He's staying in there and battling 0-2. The batter steps back in. And the pitch. Ball a little outside. 1-2 the count now. Dom still has him where he wants him though. And the pitch. Little low. 2-2 is the count now. The batter's working up a good count. And the payoff pitch. Fouled straight back. 2-2 still. He's really battling right now. Trying to keep up with Dom's fastball.
Were you talking a total? He could probably get some more juice out of that. FaceTime.
And the pitch. Grounded straight up the middle. Tyler Gorman fields it. Throws it on the first to Nick Chiodo. Out number 2.
Now batting for PJP.
There's those
11,
routine plays we were
Tyler
talking about.
Henry.
If they make them, get straight out the inning.
Is this good? Oh, I can talk? No.
If not, that's when you have your pitchers get a lot more pitches.
No.
Now stepping in
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We apologize for our late start, a few technical difficulties. If you missed anything, we're 2 out. Top of the first inning, no score as Don Prieto has retired the first 2 hitters on a couple of ground balls. And he starts number 3 hitter Tyler Pettery with a curveball low and in the dirt, 1-0. Beautiful night for baseball, a balmy 79 degrees. There are some scattered thunderstorms, but looks like it's probably going to stay north of us right now. Another ground ball, shortstop. Ball hit to Gorman. Gorman gloves and throws him out. So a clean inning for Don Prieto. 3 up, 3 down. We go to the bottom of the first. No score.
Now leading off for the Eagles, shortstop, number 16, Tyler Gorman. Batting second for the Eagles, number 5, Patrick O'Brien. Batting third, pitcher, Don Prieto. Batting fourth, first baseman, Nick Chiodo. Batting fifth, Ryan Rushik. Nick Rubendahl is pitching for Pope John Paul today. Catching is Sean Lepre. Nick Rubendahl has been struggling this year. Let's see if he can do better today. He's looking a little wild in his warm-up pitches. Let's see if that changes when the batter's up there. Coach Sturgeon walking over to third base. Coming down on 2. See if he has a good arm, the catcher. In the throwdown. Pretty good arm.
Now batting for the Eagles, number 16, Tyler
Here comes
Gorman.
The bottom of the first, and the Eagles coming to the plate. No score as Prieto retired the first 3 batters he faced rather easily. And the Eagles, who last year played one of the tougher Pac-10 teams in the league, Methacton, toe-to-toe, lost a heartbreaking 1-0 affair. And it's been a familiar theme this year. The Achilles heel for the Eagles has been their offenses. They do struggle to score runs from time to time. But with their ace on the mound tonight, they certainly like their odds against crosstown rival PJP. On the hill for Pope John Paul's Nick Rubendahl, hard-throwing right-hander. And he misses away with the first pitch. Two balls and no strike to Gorman as he tries to get things started for the Eagles. Rubendahl from the windup and the pitch misses way outside, 3-0. And a hitter's count now for Tyler Gorman as he tries to set the table for the Eagles. Get some ducks on the pond for the 3, 4, 5 hitters. May have noticed a new fence here at Latshaw McCarthy Stadium, recently put in. Generous proportions, though, 328 down the line, 383 in the power alley. Deeper than some major league parks. And Gorman walks on 4 pitches. He's a leadoff base runner.
Now batting for the Eagles. Number 5, Pat O'Brien.
We hope you're not getting any feedback on this broadcast right now as we are trying to adjust the speakers. Anthony Palladino, who is the athletic director, wears many hats, has been pushing buttons on the speaker here to try to get a little bit more audio. We are hoping that he has fixed the problem. Which is fouled down the right field line and unable to get there was Sam Anders. And we got a 1-ball, 1-strike count on Pat O'Brien. As it looks like pitcher Nick Rubendahl settled in a little bit, throwing a couple of strikes here. When the right-hander does struggle, he will struggle with his control. Can only hope he makes mistakes within the strike zone that the Eagles are able to take advantage of. He comes from the set. And the pitch, fastball in the outside corner. So Pat O'Brien is in the hole, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Big bopper Dom Perrietto waiting on deck, hoping for an opportunity to drive in a run or two. Throw over the first. Gorman is back easily. Just turn the lights on. As we said, it's just about a beautiful night for baseball. Nary a breeze out there. We'll see how the ball carries. Looks like all the outfielders playing rather shallow considering the proportions of the field. Rubendahl misses high and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes to the Eagles' third baseman. Gorman at first gets his lead. Now the pitch. There goes Gorman. Ball was coming back towards my face. Fortunately, there's a net there to protect this work of art. Count stays at 2-2. As Rubendahl has settled in a little bit, we've seen a steady diet of fastballs so far, not much off-speed stuff from the junior right-hander. We'll see if Gorman's on the run again. He is not. And the pitch is off the outside corner. Count has run full. And Nick Rubendahl is 1 ball away from walking the first 2 batters to start the game for the Eagles. When he's missed away. And throw over the first. Gorman is back. Certainly a hit-and-run situation right here. Got to think O'Brien, a pretty good contact hitter. Stay out of the double play. Send Gorman. Good things happen when runners are in motion. Norristown's head coach name? Jack Sturgeon. And some miscommunication now in the battery between Nick Rubendahl and catcher Sean LaPree as they try to come to an agreement what they're going to throw here in just 3-2 pitch. Here's the stretch in the 3-2, and a curveball is way high and inside. And a frustrated Nick Rubendahl has walked the first 2 batters.
Now batting for the Eagles, number 22, Dom Perrietto.
So just what the Eagles were hoping for. 2 runners on, nobody out. Their best hitter up at the plate. Dom Perrietto, bound for Kutztown University in the fall. As he'll look to do some damage here. Get the Eagles off on the right foot. And he strikes one into the gap, and that's going to fall for a base hit. Gorman didn't read it right away, and he is going to be sent home. Fortunately, the ball is misplayed, and the Eagles are going to get 2 runs on it. Dom Perrietto, with 2 RBIs, has gotten the Eagles off on the right foot. They lead 2-0.
Now batting for Norristown, number 23, Nick Chiodo.
We'll have to wait to see how the official scores call that one, as it was misplayed there, and it certainly looked like O'Brien was probably not going to be sent, but we believe they're going to call it. Clear base hit, 1 RBI. Now, Gorman did not read it off the bat, but no PJP player had a significant chance of catching that baseball. Regardless of how you scored, it's a 2-0 Eagle lead. And now Chiodo scoots out of the way of a fastball low and in. And we saw the aggressiveness pay there on Don Prieto. He walked, we should say Nick Rubendahl walks the first 2 batters. Prieto wastes no time, got a pitch he liked, and served it in the right center field. Chiodo, big cut, fouls it back and out of play, feeds the Stony Creek. Stony Creek, of course, recently stocked with a collection of trout. Several people have taken some sizable ones out of there over the course of the last month or so. Now they'll wind up in the 1-1 as a curveball slowing away, and Rubendahl having some serious issues getting his off-speed stuff over for strikes. If he simply has to rely on the fastball, you got to think the Eagles are going to be able to tee off tonight. Prieto is the runner at second. Chiodo at the plate. Here's the pitch. High and away for a ball. So a lot of pitches early on here for Rubendahl. Don't see him going deep into this game, as PJP will be forced to use a variety of pitchers tonight, it certainly looks like. Prieto gets his lead off the second. The pitch just misses high and away, and it's a walk to Chiodo. 2 on, still nobody out.
Now batting for the Eagles, number 13, Ryan Rushik.
And head coach of the Golden Panthers is now going to come out and hold session and try to calm Nick Rubendahl down. Certainly a little bit more pressure under the lights, a foreign atmosphere, maybe getting to the young right-hander, as he has had difficulty finding the strike zone. And when he has, Don Prieto has made him pay. Game time was 7 o'clock tonight. We are 20 minutes in and still in the bottom of the first inning, so if you have dinner plans, you better scrap them. But it looks like we're ready to go now, as Ryan Rushik, the right fielder for the Eagles, will try to keep the rally going. Eagles already up 2 as they try to dash the hopes of PJP early. Put him in a big hole. Here's the stretch. Ball misses low and away as Rushik squared the bunt. Not sure if Coach Sturgeon from Norristown will want to sacrifice an out here when you got a guy that's having some control issues on the mound. But if you can move 2 people in the scoring position, certainly that is something to your advantage. And it looks like they're going to get there anyway as the pitch gets away from Sean Lepre, and both the runners move up. So got to think Rushik going to square up and try to make contact now. As the ball got away from Lepre, now 2 and running in the scoring position. And stepping off the mound was Rubendahl. Now we're ready to go. So here's Rushik with a count in his favor. 2 balls and no strikes. And he takes a strike off the outside corner. 2 balls and 1 strike. And that ball is in the dirt. Great stop by Lepre to keep any more advancement by the runners. Base is open there, but certainly with no outs and already trailing 2-0, Rubendahl in dire need of recording an out any way whatsoever. A slow windup in the 3-1. That is high and away. So that is ball 4, and Rushik will take his base. The bases are now loaded.
Now batting for the Eagles, number 17, Christian Frias.
So now the Eagles with an opportunity to not just stick the knife in, but turn it around a little bit, as Frias, with nobody out and the bases loaded. And he takes a pitch high and away, and wouldn't be surprised if head coach of PJP is going to have to make a move on the mound here. If Rubendahl continues to find the strike zone. Now there's one right down the pike. So 1 ball and 1 strike to Frias. One pitch, misses away. As Rubendahl does have some life on that fastball, but again, just cannot find the strike zone. Has missed high and away, has missed low and in. Not a terrific start. That ball is popped up and should be deep enough to score the run. Prieto is going to tag. He'll trot home, and a sacrifice fly. Now the Eagles lead 3-0.
Now batting for the Eagles, number 18, Matt Hand.
Elijah Levine or Elijah Levine? I think it's Levine. So just what you want to see, a crooked number on the board for the Eagles if they've scored 3 first-inning runs and still a chance to add on as they have 2 on and 1 out. And they may get a chance to add on here as a base hit to right field. It is booted out there in right field, but now staying at third base is going to be Chiodo. But once again, the Eagles with the bases loaded and just 1 out.
Now batting for the Eagles, number 9, Elijah Levine.
So Prieto's battery mate, Elijah Levine, steps up to the plate. The bases are loaded. There's 1 out. The score is 3-0 Eagles. And they are going to bring the infield in to try to limit the damage here. Advantage to the batter here is you can squirt something through rather easily. But they're going to try to cut down Chiodo. And that ball is ripped down the right field line. Hopefully those fans are paying attention down there. It looks like everybody's okay. So no balls and 1 strike to the catcher for the Eagles. Rubendahl with the bases loaded can come from the windup. And he misses way away. Count is even at 1-1. Now the 1-1. That misses away. 2 balls and a strike. And we'll see how short the leash is for Rubendahl. And missing way away again. And 1 pitch away from walking in a run and giving the Eagles a 4-0 lead. It's just like when you think Rubendahl's going to settle in and start throwing strikes. A few more out of the zone. The Eagles have been wise to lay off, and they have a luxury of doing that again here. And he misses away, and he's going to walk in another run. Coming in the score is going to be Chiodo, and it's a 4-0 Eagle lead. And it looks like that's going to be it, as Rubendahl is going to be removed from this game. And we'll have to get a number here to see who's coming in. As we try to get an idea, does it look like number 11 out there? Who's number 11? There is no number 11. Oh, maybe he was in. It's Tyler Pettery. Yeah, he was. Yeah. So Tyler Pettery now in for Nick Rubendahl. Pettery is playing third base. So he just switched Rubendahl. Rubendahl's now playing third. So essentially, Pettery and Rubendahl have just switched places. Pettery now on the mound. Rubendahl will take Pettery's spot at third base, and we'll see if Pettery's able to throw some strikes and make the Eagles earn it a little bit more than they've had to here in the first. But certainly, if somebody's going to walk you, you got to lay off the pitches, and the Eagles have been smart and been able to do that.
Now batting for the Eagles, number 7, Antonio Dunn.
So now, second baseman Antonio Dunn. He'll face the new pitcher for PJP in Tyler Pettery. Eagles already with a 4-0 lead. They have him loaded and only one out. And he nearly hit the second baseman. Dunn did not seem too concerned. But he scooted out of the way just in the nick of time. 1 ball and no strikes. And a drive to center field. Looks playable. And it should get another run home. And now it's going to be a throw to third. Is the run going to score before the throw is taken? It is. Coming in to score is Rushik, and moving over to third is Frias, and it's now a 5-0 Eagle lead.
Now batting for the Eagles, number 16, Tyler Gorman.
Do you want me to say that this benefits something, or you just want to leave it alone? So the Eagles have batted around as Tyler Gorman coming up for the second time in this frame. Eagles with a 5-0 lead, runners at the corners and 2 outs. As RBI single by Don Prieto, another run coming in via the error. 1 run walked in, a couple of sacrifice flies account for the 5 Norristown runs. Gorman started the game with a walk. Pettery facing his second batter of the night, and he misses low. Nice crowd on hand tonight as a lot of the Norristown faithful supporting the Eagles come out for this tradition over the course of the last several years. Eagles play a crosstown rival. Tonight happens to be the old Kennedy Kenrick, now PJP Golden Panthers. That ball is popped up, and it's likely going to be out of play and nearly put a windshield into play there. Fortunately, the reaction of everybody else out there looks like it avoided the Ford Mercury to my right. So now 2 balls and 2 strikes to Gorman. 5-0 Eagles. Runners at first and third. Here's the pitch. There goes the runner. It is lined to center field, but making the play is John Wagner, and that'll do it for the Eagles. However, a very productive first as they score 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. And we'll go to the second. Eagles with the lead.
Ladies and gentlemen, as your hunger grows, please make sure to get all your tasty treats and drinks at the snack stand tonight. This will all benefit the Norristown area High School class of 2021.
One error, 2 left.
I'm sorry, what was that?
No, hold on.
Yeah, why ain't that scoreboard working out there?
They just put it in.
We just put it in.
It's not hooked up. I know, that's what I mean. Why didn't they just use the electric that was out there already?
Do I? Not for that.
There you go.
I got it for Valley Forge Casino, but not for that.
That's right. There you go.
He can make more than a bill.
Give me the money, we'll go tomorrow.
29, is that right? 29 for John Wagner, finally an easy
Wagner,
one.
yeah. Yeah. So a familiar name, yeah.
You ever think about coming back?
I'm too mean.
You what?
I'm too mean for this guy.
These coaches have no clue. That kid should have 3 feet off. These guys
Let's do all the pitches. How about 4 pitches and let's go?
He's probably half asleep. That day was long.
Now batting for PJP, number 29, John Wagner.
So Don Prieto, after about a 30-minute absence back on the mound, has a long bottom half of the first inning, but a fruitful one for the Eagles, which resulted in 5 runs, has given them a substantial lead to start this game. But every now and then, a pitcher who goes 30, 40 minutes in between being on that mound can be out of whack. But Prieto is a veteran, and we said a senior slated to head to Kutztown University in the fall. Got to think he will adjust accordingly. He misses away with a curveball to Wagner, the center fielder, made the play at the bottom half of this inning to finally send PJP back to their dugout. Good curveball there. 1 ball and 1 strike. As Prieto, when he has things rolling, he is a quick worker. Gets that ball and fires. And another curveball that misses high. And a beautiful curveball. What they call the 6-12 giant breaker. Buckles the knees of John Wagner. And now Prieto has the jump on Wagner. Here's the pitch. Fastball. Wagner able to get around on it. As a little quick pitch there by Prieto. It came with 3 slow curveballs and then tried to sneak a fastball by him. But Wagner, he was able to fight it off and live to see another pitch. See if Prieto goes back with that bender. Swing and a miss at high heat. And striking out is the power hitter, Wagner.
Now batting, number 19, Brian Bendig.
Brian Bendig now at the plate as Prieto has faced 4 batters and retired all 4 batters. Curveball misses way outside. Bendig is the DH tonight. Of course, the DH rule in effect in the American League and in high school. And a beautiful curveball there by Prieto. And you got to think that's got to be murder on a right-hander, because it looks like that pitch could drill you in the shoulder, and then it just drops off the table, falls in the strike zone. And a big swing and a miss there. And you can see Bendig is not seeing the ball well out of Prieto's hand. And I get the sense that number 22 on the mound for the Eagles smells blood in the water. Would not be surprised to see another swing and a miss right here at a curveball. And it was a fastball, but a swing and a miss by Bendig. 2 up, 2 down this inning.
Now batting for PJP, number 5, Brett Lighton.
So shortstop Brett Lighton, as he looks to try to become the first base runner for PJP tonight. And again, another beautiful curveball, and Prieto wanted it. Gave a little bit of a look to the umpire. Not something you want to do. You want to get every call you can, but he's a fiery guy. He wears his emotions on his sleeve. That curveball is in the dirt, and looks like Lighton's going to make Prieto come to him as he's got the jump. 2 balls and no strikes. Misses away with a ball, 3-0. And he misses away again. So 4-pitch walk to Lighton, and it becomes the first base runner for PJP.
Now batting for PJP, number 27, Zach Hamilton.
So Zach Hamilton playing first base. Throw over to first and back easily is Lighton. As PJP trying to mount some sort of threat. They are in a hole. It is 5-0. And Prieto nearly had him picked off. Quick feet there, but couldn't get the tag down in time. But a very, very close play. And got him. They got him. As taking a step too far off the bag was Lighton, and he is picked off first base, and no, he's not. He was called out, but I believe Chiodo did not hold on to the baseball as the Eagles were returning to the dugout. Initially called out, but Chiodo didn't hold on to the baseball. So Lighton, fortunate to still be at first base. And a fastball in the inside corner is Prieto. Thought he was out of the inning, but have to bear down now. Focus on Hamilton. And you get the sense Don Prieto is intent to pick off Brett Lighton here. Curveball on the inside corner for a strike. And again, you see the knees buckle. Zach Hamilton. Once those knees buckle, you are like standing in cement. You got no chance. Cued foul. And we'll do it all over again. Running on the pitch was Lighton. Don't be surprised to see Prieto throw over again. If at first you don't succeed, try again. Prieto with the pitch. And a flailing swing and a miss by number 27, Zach Hamilton. And striking out the side is Don Prieto. We will go to the bottom of the second. 5-0 Eagles. I agree. Yeah, ball wasn't in the dirt. It was right at him.
Mr. Morris,
We'll have to have a chat.
you're still teaching up there, right? You're still teaching up there, right?
Oh, strength and conditioning.
You're still teaching?
No, nothing with that.
You still teaching?
I'm still there, yeah.
Is anybody there still there that I know?
Santangelo will probably be coming up those steps in
Oh, no.
20 minutes.
Plus his bowl.
Yeah, everybody's still there, Mark.
Is it still nuts up there?
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Man, I got out of there.
Hasn't been as many flights, probably, I would say. But
God, remember when I was there every day? Jeez.
we have our issues. But
I hear that.
who we got here? Who's this?
You got number 5.
Pat O'Brien?
Now batting for the Eagles, number 5, Pat O'Brien.
So we start off the bottom of the second inning, an hour after we started. It's a 5-0 Eagle lead. And that ball is ripped into left field, but making the play is C.J. McCafferty. As might have got a little bit off the end of the bat, but nice contact there, but a bit unlucky.
Now batting for the Eagles, number 22, Dom Prieto.
So now Dom Prieto comes to the plate, nobody on, 1 out. Prieto singled to right center and an RBI. Came around the score on a sac fly later. Was first pitch swinging last time. It's the first time he's faced Petery. And Petery misses low and away with a curveball. Prieto does have power. He does have power here to drive it out of this big ballpark, too. Probably a little bit easier down the line at 328. High and away. Prieto does not want to walk. You got to think if something's close here, he will be hacking. Here's the windup by Petery in the pitch. Ball is fouled back and out of play and heading towards a Ford Explorer, but it narrowly avoids it by about 6 feet. Those who park behind this press box, they take their windshields and they put them into play. Fortunate so far that everything seems to be intact. Prieto stays on the curveball, lets it go, and good idea as it was low. 3 balls and a strike to the do-everything Eagle Senior. And low and away for a ball. Prieto walks. He'll be a 1-out base runner.
Now batting for the Eagles, number 23, Nick Chiodo.
So now Chiodo with Prieto at first. Probably won't see him run. You want to keep that hole open there for Chiodo as the first pitch misses high and away. Prieto gets his lead. There he goes. And a little hit and run. It's going to be a base hit, but going back to second base where the first base was with Prieto as he was unable to read that little cue shot. Fortunate, though, to not get forced out at second, but still 2 on 1 out now for the Eagles.
Now batting for Norristown, number 13, Ryan Rushik.
So Ryan Rushik now, another opportunity to do some damage. As if Prieto would have been able to read that correctly, he would be at third. But again, that little Texas League popper just out of the grasp of Ryan O'Neill there at second base. Rushik turns on one, he popped him up. Lazy fly ball to left field. Play is made by McCafferty. Second play this inning. And that'll be the second out of the inning for the Eagles.
Now batting for the Eagles, number 17, Christian Frias.
So Christian Frias now have to do some 2-out damage for the Eagles. They lead 5-0. All 5 came in the top, or should say bottom half of the first inning. And a fastball misses just inside. As Petrie, wondering where that was, continues to stare in. I think he's asking the umpire if it was high. His battery mate Sam Lapre says it was high. Now the stretch in the pitch. Grounded foul down the third base line. And an error there by the coach. Coach Sturgeon did not sacrifice his body for that ball. So 1 ball and 1 strike to Frias. 2 on, 2 out. Eagles lead 5-0. Prieto thought about leaving for third, and now he will, and he will slide and be safe. And following behind him is Chiodo. So 2 Eagles move up on what they're probably going to score a wild pitch, but aggressive base running by Prieto pays off, and he is 90 feet from home. So Frias ahead in the count, 2 balls and 1 strike. We'll look for something to drive. He's got a big gap there between the first and second baseman. He takes a fastball in the outside corner, and the count is even at 2-2. So the center fielder for Norristown bears down. Here's the 2-2 pitch. That ball is ripped into left field. McCafferty, he came in, now it's going to go to the fence. 2 runs are going to score. Frias is rounding second. He's going to try for third, and he is safe at third. As Christian Frias catches his breath, he knocks in 2 runs, and now the Eagles lead 7-0.
Now batting with the Eagles, number 18, Matt Hand.
I disagree with that scoring. No, I think that's a triple. He was going to score no matter what. When that ball goes to the wall, he's going to score no matter what. Nah, he was going to score. Once it goes over his head, it was a triple. Matt Hand grounds the ball third base, and the play is made, and no more further damage done to PJP. But 2 more runs for the Eagles, and we'll head to the top of the third. It's 7-0 Norristown. You see what I'm saying?
Okay, yeah. But do you give him 2 RBIs on that?
I would get once. I mean, here's the deal: when you come in for it, it goes over your head. It's not an error. You just misplayed it.
Okay.
So that dude scores. That dude from first was going to score no matter what. Bobble, no bobble.
Two runs. 2 hits. No errors. 1 walk.
That wasn't that bad. He only threw 15 pitches. He only threw 15 pitches at Ole Miss.
What's that?
Said he only threw 15 pitches at Ole Miss.
That dude?
Yeah.
I guess we did some first pitch swinging. So. Yeah, to get first pitch was
Still
lined
do
in the left.
family advocacy?
Nah, that's been done for
Yeah.
years. Yeah. They don't.
I like that.
Nah, they haven't done that since we got rid of the block and all that. That's been
Oh, how do you do a schedule now?
8 periods, 42 minutes.
You like that better?
Dude, the block was terrible. So long.
Ah, yeah. What was each question? Hour and a half?
86 minutes.
I was there.
Third pitch limit for the
100.
100, and that's it.
That's a joke.
If you get the 99, can you finish the batter?
You can finish the batter you're working on if you go over, but you can't go to the.
Yeah.
You can't finish the inning. You got to
How do the umpires know that?
Who's that?
tell them.
Oh, really? So you got to go down and.
No.
Now batting for PJP, number 17, Nick Rubendahl.
So Nick Rubendahl, who started this game on the mound for PJP, was switched over to third when they made the change. Takes a curveball on the outside corner, and right now Don Prieto is dialed in, especially with that curveball. And when you can throw a curveball for strikes like his, it is probably going to be a long night for the opponent. Fastball right down the pike. Nothing in 2. As Prieto with a little pirouette around the mound. He stares in, gets the sign, and comes with the 0-2. And lucky to be alive after a little chin music right there. But Rubendahl will live to see another day. 1 ball and 2 strikes to the PJP third baseman. And that ball is ripped clean, single. As staying on the curveball was Rubendahl, and he grounds it in between third and short for the first hit of the night for PJP.
Now batting for PJP, number 32, Sean Laprie.
So in the 9 hole for PJP is Sean Laprie, as PJP has their first base, or I should say their first hit of the night, second base runner. Throw over to first, and back safely is Rubendahl. And another throw over the first. Rubendahl back. PJP runners have been put on warning. He does have a quick move, Don Prieto. And he goes again, 3 in a row. Were he on the road, you would hear some boos from the crowd. However, with some home cooking, you can get away with 3 consecutive throws to first base. Prieto comes from the stretch and the pitch. Curveball's a beauty. I believe the count is 0-2. And another throw over. I don't know. We're up 7-0. Dom may want to just focus on the batter here. Curveball misses. Now Prieto. His fastball's fouled back and near the old Dorenzo's pub. So Laprie, the catcher, giving Prieto some fits here. Closed up his stance, and he again fouls one back and out of play. And a frustrated Don Prieto as he's unable to put the 9-hole hitter away. Swing and a miss at a good curveball. And the first out of the top of the third has now been recorded.
Now batting for PJP, number 8, C.J. McCaffrey.
So now the left fielder, C.J. McCaffrey, who's been quite busy there tonight. He's made a couple of nice plays, but also misplayed a line drive smash in the bottom half of the second that led to 2 Norristown runs as he takes a fastball over for a strike, 0-1. Yes. Table setter for PJP. Prieto misses high and away. One on, one out, and a beautiful curveball. And he's got the jump on McCaffrey. Count is 1-2. And Prieto having some issues with Levine getting on the same page. Now they're ready to go, and stepping off as got to think Prieto and Levine just couldn't come to an agreement on how to try to put the leadoff hitter for PJP away. But he's ready to go now, and it's going to be a ground ball chance at 2. There's one, the relay, it is in time. 1-6-3 double play for the Eagles. And once again, they silence the bats at PJP. We'll go to the bottom of the third. It's 7-0 Norristown.
No runs, 1 hit, no errors, none left.
47.
Yeah, what did you do to get this going? Well, now you know.
Now we know for softball next week. Let me know if you're good for that.
I will. I'll find out. I will.
What, they playing in East Norton? Behind administration.
Lower Marion.
Are they really good or not? They
I don't think so. It's a non-leaguer.
I thought they were good at everything.
What's he at, John? Don, what's he at?
Pitch wise,
47.
I got
47.
I got 47.
4, 7. 47.
Let him go the whole game. Ain't gonna happen.
Ian, can you make another announcement for the snack stand?
Once again, folks, should hunger strike you, get all your tasty treats and drinks in the snack stand, which benefits the Norristown Area High School class of 2021.
Hunger strike.
Now batting for the Eagles, number 9, Elijah Levine.
So we are ready to roll here. Bottom of the third. Eagles lead by a touchdown, 7-0. Elijah Levine, Eagle catcher, swings and misses at a fastball. As second pitcher of the night, Tyler Petery, who got out of trouble in the first, led up 2 runs in the second, came on for Nick Rubendahl, who had some issues with command. 1 ball and 1 strike. Swing and a miss. Now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here's the windup and the pitch. Grounded right back to the box. Petrie makes the play, 1 out.
Now batting for Norristown, number 7, Antonio Dunn.
So the 9-hole hitter, Antonio Dunn, now steps in for Norristown as Petrie just retired the Eagle catcher Elijah Levine on a comebacker. And that ball is ripped into right center field. Is going to be a base hit for Dunn. So a run-out base runner for the Eagles as they've turned the lineup back over.
Now batting for Norristown, number 16, Tyler Gorman.
So Gorman, in a unique spot of batting 3 times in 3 innings, batted twice in the bottom of the first inning, and he takes a pitch up and in for a ball. Fastball misses up. 2 balls and no strikes. And catcher Sean Lepre had something to say to Petery. Now the stretch. And the 2-0 pitch misses. Ooh, I'm sorry. Must have caught the inside corner. I'm just off the right-hand center part of the plate. Looked a little bit inside from here, but we haven't had much complaints, so umpires have done their job. That ball is popped up and playable. And third baseman Rubendahl makes the play, second out of the inning.
Now batting for Norristown, number 5, Pat O'Brien.
So Pat O'Brien now up with 1 on and 2 out. Eagles scored 5 in the first, 2 in the second. There goes the runner for second. The throw is going to be not in time. Stolen base for Antonio Dunn. Sorry, that sneeze got me just before I could pronounce the last name. It is that type of season, folks. Ragweed, pollen, it's everywhere. Fortunate tonight. Not too bad. Pitch misses low. Dunn takes his lead at second. And that ball misses just off the outside corner as Petery looked like he tried to guide that one just a little bit. As PJP looking for their first clean inning so far tonight. A lot of movement out there, second and shortstop, and the pitch nearly hit O'Neill, but he will head to first with a walk.
Now batting for the Eagles, number 22, Dom Prieto.
So now Dom Prieto comes to the plate again with a chance to do some damage. 2 on, 2 out. Eagles lead 7-0. The stretch by Petery. And the pitch is a curveball that misses high, 1-0. Prieto lined an RBI single to right center. He walked also in the second. And got a little bit out in front of a fastball there, and he fouls it back into the Stony Creek. One ball and 1 strike to Prieto. Petrie, the pitch. That ball is crushed down the left field line, and it is off the top of the wall. 2 runs are going to score, and strolling in the second is Prieto with an RBI double, and he came a mere 2 feet from a line shot home run down the left field line as the senior is having a night.
Now batting for the Eagles, number 23, Nick Giotto.
I ain't going to worry about that. Number 4. We're going to start. It's all right. These kids got to get in at bat if they want to hear their name. Mosquito. You all be pleased to know I just killed a mosquito that had been harassing me for quite some time. Hopefully I've avoided West Nile and we can continue to call the game. But 2 more runs have crossed the plate for the Eagles, and it's now a 9-0 Norristown lead. A very, very impressive first 3 innings for these Eagles. And a lot of it has been done by the senior Dom Prieto on the mound and also at the plate. But Chiodo with a soft fly ball that's caught by third baseman Nick Rubendahl, and that'll do it for the Eagles. But they tack on 2 more. We'll go to the top of the 4th, 9-0 Norristown. What do you got to get to when they stop it?
It's 10 after.
10 after, well, for them it'd be 4.5. They wouldn't have to bat it.
If we get one more
And they don't
and
score.
they don't score at the top of the 5th, that's it?
That's it.
That's what I like.
That's what you should hope for anyway, because you can run out of pitches.
You had a game schools?
I did.
What was the story?
I took a big L. It was like
Was it bad?
15-4, I think.
Who'd you play?
Norristown.
Are they good or are they kind of making it?
Yeah, they're good. They're really good.
They kept running
Your last
plays.
name is
Top
Schwartz?
of the 4th, I think, right?
Top of 4.
Yeah.
Yes.
Are you around the school system?
Yeah, I am. Top of the
She
4th.
played on that.
Top of 4.
Anyone know the score?
9-0.
9-0.
Oh, yeah, I guess I could guess that. People don't know there's no scoreboard.
Caldeboro. Call Chestnut Hill. No, I should be working by next week.
Well, Mark, that doesn't do us a whole lot of good.
I know, buddy.
Does it,
I know. What do you want me to do?
This is number 6.
6, yeah.
Ryan O'Neill.
Dad.
I think he
Now batting for PJP, number 6, Ryan O'Neill.
We are ready to start the top of the 4th inning. That sees Norristown out to a 9-0 lead. They've scored in every inning, 5 in the first, 2 in the second, 2 in the third, and nearly 3 as Prieto hit a screaming line drive down the left field line that just missed getting out of the park. And he misses with a curveball. 2 balls and no strikes. Here's the windup and the pitch. Cued foul down the first base line into the Norristown dugout. Don't want to put the cart before the horse, but with a 9-0 lead, you hope maybe some Norristown bench players may get an opportunity to see some time under the lights. It's a unique place to play. And unless you move on to higher levels of baseball or join the Perky League, probably not going to be playing under these lights very often. So Prieto gets his sign from Levine, and he comes with the 2-1 pitch. It's a fastball that misses high and away. So I'll check that. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Prieto thought he put him away. Clear tonight that the home plate umpire is not giving the high strike, but he's been consistent with both teams. All you can ask for is consistency with an umpire. And that is a ground ball, easy play for Prieto. As he gloves, throws over to Chiodo. First batter is retired.
Now batting for PJP, number 11, Tyler Pettery.
So now the pitcher, Tyler Pettery, up to the plate, 3-hole hitter, as he'll look, try to get some one-out trouble. Give the Eagles some one-out trouble, I should say. Curveball misses a little bit low. One thing to look out for is the pitch count of Prieto, as he is in the mid-50s right now. Of course, high school pitchers limited to 100. You may finish the batter that you are on, but as you eclipse 100 pitches, you are forced to leave the mound. It'd be nice for Prieto to maybe have an economical inning or two, as we're in the 4th. Should this game go the distance, be tough to see Prieto be able to go 7 unless he gets a couple economical innings and some first ball swinging outs. Well, he should get an out there. It was a hard ground ball to second base. Play is made by Antonio Dunn. So 2 up and 2 down.
for PJP, number 29, John Wagner.
So Purrietto, 2 outs, nobody on base. And he misses with a curveball. Now the windup and the 1-0 pitch is a curveball that is a beauty. He's been very consistent with that tonight. And calling for time, as tired of waiting was Wagner. And another beauty of a curveball. 1 ball and 2 strikes. As Purrietto looks to have another clean inning. And you know he's looking for the punch out. We'll see what he goes with. It was heat and fouling it into the glove. And they're going to say he's out. I think Wagner was hoping that that ball was fouled and he'd have another chance, but another strikeout for Purrietto. So we'll go to the bottom of the 4th. It's 9-0 Norristown.
Didn't that sound like it hit the ground?
So it's 9-0 Norristown?
Yes. 9-0. So this is bottom 4. Yep. If they score 1, and then
The score as we head to the bottom of the 4th inning is Norristown 9, PJP nothing.
they score 1 here.
Let's get 1 more, let's get 3, let's get the hell out of here.
Nah, come on, you ain't a true baseball fan.
Yeah, I know. I said
All right, I want something to eat.
I hear you, buddy.
Yeah, it's dinner time.
Hey, I've been here since 4 o'clock. How do you think I feel?
With your hands?
Santangelo's not making it.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, he's working out in the yard, he's got to take the girls to dance.
Yeah.
His wife wouldn't let him out. Is this a new picture?
No, 11.
No, 18? I can't see.
Yeah, 18.
New pitcher?
Yep.
8. 18, he said. Who's 18?
I have no clue.
Adam Furdock,
What the fuck is that? I know.
F-E-R-D-O-C-K.
Yeah, you coming up? Alright. Alright.
24 for 32?
Alright, Deb.
What was the other one?
Alright.
8 for 6,
Okay, that's
2 for 5,
And then, yeah. And then
13. Now batting for Norristown, number 13, Ryan Rushing.
So some changes now for PJP as we approach the bottom of the 4th inning. The Eagles lead 9-0. We got a new pitcher in, 3rd of the night, and he is greeted by a line single down the line and turning and heading for second and going to be out at second base is number 13, Ryan Rushick, as he bit off a little more than he could chew, and a good play in left field by McCafferty, and he is retired.
Now batting for the Eagles, number 17, Christian Freitas.
So now 1 out. And once again, it is Adam Furdock on the mound for PJP. Is hard hit there by Rushik, but mistakenly tried to get to second base and easily thrown out there. So it'll be scored a single. 6-4 on the putout if you're scoring at home. Curveball's over for a strike. And misses low. So we are in a position here where this game could potentially be over. If the Eagles score a run here in the bottom of the fourth and then retire PJP in the top of the fifth, the 10-run rule will be in effect, and this game would be over. And a chopper over the mound. This is going to be a tough play. It is gloved and it is thrown, but not in time, as the speedy wheels of Christian Frias earn him an infield single.
Now batting for Norristown, number 18, Matt Hand.
So just got to think now what could have been done there if the first runner, or first batter of the inning, I should say, Rushik, holds on at first. The Eagles would be in business. Still have an opportunity now, 1 on, 1 out, bottom of the fourth inning. And in what has normally been an offensively challenged Eagle team, they have crossed the plate 9 times so far tonight. And certainly threatening here now in the bottom of the fourth. As ground ball to shortstop. Put out at first, throw to a second, I should say. Throw to first, not in time. But they do get the fourth. That'll be the second out of the inning.
Now batting for Norristown, number 9, Elijah Levine.
So now Elijah Levine with 1 on and 2 out, as a base running blunder to start the inning has stopped the potential rally for Norristown. But Levine more than capable of continuing this little 2-out push. Try to get the 10th run of the night. Furdock misses low and away with a ball, 1-0. And a ground foul down the third base line. Once again, Coach Sturgeon in no particular hurry to make the play. Now the stretch. And a curveball off the outside corner, and much to the chagrin of the crowd. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. And stepping off is Furdock. And Furdock in no particular hurry. Now we'll throw over the first, and back very easily is Matt Hand. That ball is cued into center field. No, it's going to be caught by second baseman Ryan O'Neal, and that'll do it for the Eagles. As we will head to the top of the fifth, Eagles lead 9-0.
Our score as we head to the top of the fifth inning is Norristown 9, PJP 0. We have found a key. If anybody has lost a key with a Norristown Area High School lanyard and a light blue squishy thing on it, please come to the press box. A lost key has been found with a Norristown Area High School lanyard. Hey guys. For being here? Get out of here. Just tell everybody how good I'm doing. If you go get me something to eat. I'm only kidding. Norristown have a 35 and 27. I can't. Anybody see that number? 25. I don't have a 25 on my list here. You got 25? PJP. Now batting for PJP, number 32. Oh, sorry, number 25, Sam Andrews.
Underway in the top of the fifth, ground ball to shortstop, staying down on it and making the play is Matt Han. Oh, I'm sorry, Tyler Gorman, I should say. And 2 pitches, 1 out.
Now batting for PJP, number 2, Matt Cossey.
So some bench players seeing some action now as Matt Cossey now into the game for PJP. And Prieto misses away with a fastball. Now the windup and the pitch. Swing and a miss, and pulling off that pitch was Cossey. Got to think he'd be vulnerable to one of those curveballs. Prieto can get it over the plate. I don't see how this young man's going to be able to pull the trigger. Now the windup and the pitch. Just off the outside corner. Prieto wanted it, didn't get it. And a little cue shot, and making the play at first base is Nick Chiodo as he makes amends for the drop ball on the pickoff attempt for the second out of the inning.
Sam Smith. Now batting for PJP, number 35, Sam Smith.
So Sam Smith now into the game for PJP as Prieto, once again, 2 outs, nobody on, and shakes in the curveball. Smith, as Prieto has been absolutely dominant tonight, absolutely dominant. And nearly falling down was Prieto, but making the play at second base is Antonio Dunn, and a quick, quiet inning for Prieto. And we will go to the bottom of the fifth. It's 9-0 Norristown.
Our score as we head to the bottom of the fifth inning is PJP, nothing.
Sixers up 3.
Yeah. You think they got a shot to win the series?
Gotta win tonight. You gotta win tonight.
Think so?
If they don't win tonight, it's done.
We're here. They're here, right?
Yeah. 2 home games.
No, it's 3, right? Don't they go 2-3-2?
No, it was 2-2, 1-1-1. So 1 run here, and that's all she wrote?
Don't they have to get 3 outs?
Did they get the bat again?
Yeah, John. Yeah.
It's the bottom of the 5th. Bottom of the 5th.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Doesn't
No, it
matter.
shouldn't
Have to
matter.
get 3 outs, right?
If we scored 1 in the 4th, and they batted in the 5th, and we're still 10-0, why? I don't know.
I still think they have to bet. Right? Yeah. If Norristown gets 1 here, do they call it?
It's 10 after 5.
Right, but don't they have to bet?
But it's after 5.
Home team has to back.
Yeah.
They don't have to bet? Because if they get 1 here, that's it.
Yeah, just only the home team has to back. Who the heck is he? 35 for 27. I mean, it's 27.
Now batting for the Eagles, number 7, Antonio Dunn.
So we are in the bottom of the 5th inning. The Eagles lead 9-0. And we believe an opportunity to close this game out if they're able to cross the plate here, as the 10-run rule, I believe, would be in effect. We'll have to test that theory in a second here if Norristown can score a run. As Dunn swings and fouls the first pitch down the third base line, 0-1. Now the windup and the 0-1 pitch misses low. 1 ball and 1 strike. And cue shot, foul back and out of play. So Dunn, who's made a couple of nice plays over there at second base tonight, tries to get things started for the Eagles. The Eagles have scored in the first, second, third innings, not in the 4th. And he flares one to right field. Barely having to move is Anders, and Anders puts it away.
Now batting for the Eagles, number 16, Tyler Gorman.
And Furdock, who's done well since he's come in, and you can clearly see, if we look at his stuff compared to his previous 2 competitors, he does not throw as hard and does not have as good a breaking ball. But he's been around the plate, and maybe the Eagles are a little jumpy as they are looking to tee off on this young right-hander. But he has kept the Eagles at bay since coming in. And he misses low with the ball. Now the windup. And that pitch misses way away. So 3 balls and no strike to Gorman. Gorman's already walked tonight. His 4th at bat. Batted twice in the first inning. Came around the score once. See what he's thinking here. And he takes a pitch on the outside corner for a strike. And you can see the velocity of Furdock really does pale in comparison to his previous 2 teammates' pitches, but he's been effective. And he misses away there, and now Gorman's going to be a one-out base runner.
Now batting for Norristown, number 5, Pat O'Brien.
So now Pat O'Brien hitting in the 2-hole, playing third base for the Eagles. And the potential game-ending run, we believe, there on first base. And a nice curveball to start. And nothing in 1-2 O'Brien. That ball is cued to right center field in no man's land. It's going to fall for a base hit. So a little flare to right field falls, and going to be 2 on and 1 out for Dom Purrietto.
Now batting for the Eagles, number 22, Dom Purrietto.
Purrietto's had a big night, both on the mound and at the plate. RBI single in the first, walked in the second, and hit a screaming line drive off the top of the wall in left field to give the Eagles a 9-0 lead. And he may be able to end the game right now, as he hits one high and deep down the left field line, and it's going to get just out of play. As running out of room was the left fielder, C.J. McCafferty, as Purrietto just got out in front a little bit, and you got to think he is looking to tee off on this young right-hander, as Purrietto smells blood in the water right now. So Furdock gets his sign and steps off and looks the runner back to second base. Again, the Eagles have scored in every inning so far except for the fourth, as they look to cross the plate now and end this game. And Furdock misses way high and away. Count evens at 1-1. So Purrietto looking to dig in now, as 2 ducks on the pond here. And he's certainly looking to pull the ball. He is a dead pull hitter, but a good hitter. He can hit all fields. He got out in front, and it is going to be back and out of play, and again, might have fed the Stony Creek. So now 2 strikes, as we'll see if Purrietto wants to shorten his swing a little bit. Power hitters sometimes have to make an adjustment and put the ball in play, as Purrietto got out in front of that a little bit. Tough to stay on Furdock's fastball, as not a lot of heat on it. He's used to a little bit more velocity. Probably looks like a changeup out of the hand. And he popped him up. Out in front again. It's going to be should be an easy play. And making the play over there is shortstop Brett Lighton for the second out of the inning.
Now batting for the Eagles, number 23, Nick Chiodo.
So now Nick Chiodo with a 2-out opportunity. As we are in the bottom of the 5th, the Eagles lead 9-0. And we're going to have a balk called. A balk is called on Furdock, as it looked like he went into his windup and stopped while on the rubber. That is a no-no. And both runners will now advance to second and third base, respectively. And now 90 feet away from ending this game is an Eagle player. We'll see how this works out. A pitch in the dirt. Good stop by Lepre. Keep the runners where they are. He asked for a new baseball, does pitcher Adam Furdock. Missing low. 2 balls and no strikes to the Husky left-hander. Pitch misses away, 3-0, and Furdock is 1 pitch away from walking the bases loaded and leaving it up to Ryan Ruschick to do the damage for the Eagles. We'll see if he has the green light. Anything around the plate, we'll see if he's hacking. Stretch in the 3-0 pitch. And slow curveball, but leaving it alone was Chiodo. That ball is grounded up the middle, and it's going to be caught. Play at first, not in time. Safe is the runner. Scoring is going to be, looks like Ryan Ruschick, and that's going to do it. As the 10-run rule in effect, and the Norristown Eagles will go home happy as they blank PJP at Latshaw MacArthur Stadium 10-0.
Our final score tonight, the Eagles of Norristown defeat PJP 10-0. We appreciate everyone's attendance tonight. Please be safe getting home.